Welcome back to the Linux practical using filter commands. In this video, you'll see how to use the find command. Find command plays an important role in any operating system. So when you want to find some file on Windows, you go to the find files and folders, and there you insert the file name and search the file. Similarly, here find command plays an important role in Linux. So let's have a look at how to use the find command. So find command is basically used to search a file in Linux file system. So recursively it will determine each and every directory to search the file. So as in Windows, we have to just provide the file name and the file command, or the operating system searches for the given file throughout the system and displays the search if the file is available. So this is syntax here, where you can see the find command, path list, and selection criteria, and the action. So basically, if the path list is where you want to find the file, so you need to provide the path. So as in Windows, we provide the location, C drive, D drive, or any specific folder. Then the selection criteria is basically the criteria on the basis of which you want to select the file. So in case of Windows, we usually select suppose you want to search for all the Word documents, so we use *docx, so it searches for all the docx files. Similarly for *pptx, so it will search for all the PowerPoint presentation files. So similarly here we have to provide a selection criteria. So selection criteria deals with the condition that we provide. So you have path list for providing the path, selection criteria for providing the selection criteria, what you want to search for, and the action is basically what you want to do once you search the once you find the file. So this is what is some action that we take on those selected files. So this is some example. So you have find, this is slash hyphen name is the parameter that we use. That is what becomes your selection criteria and name of the file that you want to search, and this is what is the action. So the path list is basically the root, that is what we are searching for, a file in the root directory, and then we have the selection criteria as name. So we are searching for the file name with this, and finally we want to display the name. So the print command will just display the name of that file. If the file is found, so it will search, it will display the file name or selection, or it will display some message. So let's have a look at this. So now I'll search for a file. So first I need to check what are there in my directory. Okay, so I'll search for hello.c. So I'll say find the slash is for the root, and I'll say name. The name of the file is hello.c, and I want to just display this. Enter. Now the find command will look for each and every file in the root directory. So it will traverse the entire operating system, starting from the root directory to all the directories it has, and it will go through one by one each directory, and then it will display the output. So here in this case you'll see the root, it shows permission denied, as a normal user cannot access any directory in Linux. So this is a security feature of Linux. So if you are the authorized user, or if you are the admin, then only you can search in the root directory. So here it will take some time for accessing the folders in the root directory. So whatever directories you don't have permission, it will show as permission denied, and finally it will find the location where the file is. So yeah, it is looking for each and every directory. So at the end here you can see, I'll just stop this, scroll up. Now you see all these things because we had searched in the root directory. So it looks for the entire system, for each and every file in the system, to search the file. So at one place, now wherever it find, yeah, this is the location where it searched for the file, and this is how it displays the output. So this is how we use the find command. So there are a lot of parameters that we can use with find. Suppose I want to see I want to check my current directory, so we put a dot. So dot indicates the current directory, again the name parameter, and the file. So I want to see all the C files in my directory. So again we'll have a look at find dot name So I provide a name *c, and I simply want to print the name of the file. So here you can see there are two files that found in my current directory. So current directory is shown with a dot. So this is how we search the file in the current directory. So there are many options. So here there are various criterias that we can use with find. So here you can see inum, so you can search for a file with inode number. You can also find the type of the file, what type of file it is. So there are various options or criterias that we can use with find. So there are some more options. So find dot, again this we have checked for. Then you want to check for the file under the home directory. So again this is some for example. So you can try out this example and have a look at the output. So type, so you are checking for a file name that is of type directory and that is of type file. So say for example I look for the directory that is pictures. So I'll say find in the current directory, and I would say file is a D, and the name given is so again just name hyphen name and the directory name. So hyphen name and the directory name. So I'll say document, enter. There is some problem with the command hyphen type D. It has to be hyphen type. So hyphen type D, and file name is documents. So here you can see the directory name has been shown. So this is how we use the find command for various purpose. So looking for all the text names. Now here you can look for the file name that has the permission as given here. So this is the octal representation of the permissions that we studied during the practical. So if you know the permission of the file, or if you want to check all the files that have the permissions of read, write, execute for all three groups, so you can search for this. You can also search the permission using the character representation. So again executable files. So here apart from this you need to provide a print option. So it will show you all the files that are found and have the permission for all as execute. Then you can also search for the empty file. So if you have some empty file in your directory, you can search for the empty file, empty directory. So if you have some empty directory, if you have some hidden files, so you can try out all these options. Now you can search for all the files that are modified for the last 50 days or that were modified before 50 days. So this is how you can search for the modified file names. So mtime 50, and the files that were accessed for last 50 days. So again here, now whenever you see root, that means the slash, that means it is a root directory, and you have to execute all the commands in your current directory, so you will use the dot. So similarly, finding the files that were modified between 50 to 100 days, so again you use the +50, modification time +50 and modification time -100, so between 50 and 100 days. So find the file that was changed, modified and accessed, the file that was changed, modified and accessed for in the last 1 hour. So you can give the cmin, mmin, amin, so 60 60 60, so last 1 minute 1 hour. You can also search for the files with the size. Now everywhere, instead of using the using a slash, you can use a dot. So dot represents your current directory, so instead of slash you can use a dot there. And again, the file size between 50 and 100. So this is how we execute the simple find commands. Now find commands can also be combined with the further actions. Like till now we have seen only the print action, so that prints the output, so whether the file is there or not. You can also execute ls and execute command options. So these options play a very important role. Say for example, you want to search all the empty files and just delete the empty file, or you want to search a file, search the files that were not accessed for last 50 to 100 days, and you want to delete those files. So as an administrator, many a times you have to do this task. So in that case, you can use these commands to search the file and delete the files. So this is how we do. So if I want to search all the files that have the permission, all read write execute permission for all the users, so I can just search the file and I can modify. So here you can see I'm changing the permission to 644. That is the user will have all read and write permission, whereas the group will have read permission and others will have again read permission. So this is what is the octal representation of permissions, or of giving the permissions. So we are going to use, so it will search for all the files of type F, that means the simple files, who has the permission 777, that is read write execute for all three category of users. And then we are executing the command chmod. Now this is the syntax you need to remember. Whenever we use the execute command, you have to give the command name and then open and close the curly bracket and a slash and then a semicolon. So this is the syntax you need to follow. So as you see in this slide, so every execute command will have to follow this curly brackets and slash. So that is what we have done here. Then again changing the permission to some other permission. So search for all the directories. So here we are using D. The type is for searching the type directories. So all the directories that have the permission read write execute for all three category of users will be searched, and the command will be executed chmod 755. That means read write execute for the reader, and write and execute for the group and others. So this is how the files you can change the permission. Similarly, if you want to search for all the files and you want to remove those files, so you can use this command, remove files, rm. So you can find the files by the find command with the help of find command. So you are searching for some file name, so you are providing the file name here. So you provide a file name, search for the file name, and you just simply delete the file. So you can delete the file easily. So removing multiple files, so you can, there are two ways you can do this. So search for the file, various types of files, execute rm, all files will be deleted. And similarly for mp3 file, all files will be deleted. You can search for the file depending on the size. So all the files that are 100 MB or more than 10 MB, so you can delete those files. So here you see how the command is going. So you can try out these commands. Again, instead of a slash, you can put a dot here. So dot indicates it's your current directory, so don't use slash here. So size 100 MB, execute rm. So these are the parameters of rm command. So rm stands for deleting, removing. So r is for recursive, that is to search for all the files that are more than 100 MB, and it will delete. So f is for file. So this is the syntax here. So you can search, you can execute all these commands and execute and delete those files. Now here in this command is checking for all the files. So we are getting the detailed long listing of the files that are searched here, the long listing of the files, and whatever output we get for this, we sort the output. So this is the pipe we are using. So the output of this command will be given as the input here. So the pipe will accept the output of this command as the input, sort the records. So -n -r, and pipe, so it will search the first 5 lines of the file. So you can just execute this command and observe the output. So as we have not done sort here, sort command yet, so you may be confused, but you can always execute and check the output of this command. So you can also use the operators with find command. So if you want to check for all the files that don't have that don't have these permissions, so read write execute permission for all 3 categories. So we use the command like this exclamation. So this is for not, so not having the permission 777. You can also search for multiple file names. So if you want to search for all the files that have the extension sh and also have the extension txt, so you can search with the operator o. So this is where giving the condition like these or this. Similarly, you can have more than 2 conditions as in here. So we are searching for all the files whether they are .sh, .txt or .c. You can search for the file in a specific directory by giving the entire path. Again, type F is basically for searching the file name. So you can give the parameter hyphen name, png hyphen name, and so, the number of parameters. There is no limit, so you can go on extending the number of parameters here. So whatever type of file you want to search for, so all these could be searched in. And this is how we use the find command to search various search finds on based on various criterias. So you can search these files. You can simply execute these commands and observe the output and try and understand output, how to execute the find command. So find command is basically for finding the files and folders, files and directories in your Linux machine. So I hope you'd like the video. Just try and execute the commands, and if you have any queries you can always ask me in the class, or you can just mail me or WhatsApp me, so I'll reply your queries. Thanks for watching the video. Good day.